Guys, welcome back to World Illuminator 11. So for this video, I am going to share a piece of writing that I did. It's like a poem. It's like a channeled message from the Divine Masculine, like a channeled message about the Divine Masculine, a channeled message of the Divine Masculine, and but like a poem, and is really sort of showing the struggle that they go through. At a certain part of their journey, it's like the struggle, the ego struggle that they go through, and their heart sort of guiding them towards love, towards themselves, to finding themselves. But then the ego bringing in the insecurities and the fears and causing them to run away from themselves. It's a journey of the self, so the more they come back to love, to listening to their heart and their soul, the more they are coming back to themselves, to their true self. But when they go with the ego, and when it brings in the fears and the insecurities, it's like they're running away from themselves, from their true self. So that's what this is showing. And I was trying to see the best way to share this message, and I thought of doing a video whereby you read it yourself, but I really got strong guidance to actually read it out so you can connect with the energy of the struggle that they go through, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, let it go. And that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. It's called Divine Masculine, the struggle. So like I said, it's more of that ego struggle that they go through. And at the beginning I say he is used for effect, so I use he in this message. But divine masculine refers to the energy one is in, and your divine masculine can be male or female. So if your divine masculine is female, where I'm saying he, change it round to she, for example, so that it is more in line, change it in your mind to she, so that it is more in line with your journey. Okay, right, so divine masculine, the struggle. He runs away. He runs away from himself, unable to face his inner self that is calling to him, gripped by fear, paralyzed by it, to the point all he can do is run. His heart whispers, a whisper so low, it is completely muffled by the screaming match of his mind. He stops, tries to listen to the whisper. He hears it at a distance, but he hears it. He knows that this whisper brings him news of his deepest desires, that it brings him news of something meaningful to him. Yet as he hears that whisper of his heart, the screams of his mind get even louder. What if this happens? What if you lose everything? What will others say? What if it all goes wrong? What if? The fear grips him even more, to the point the whisper of the heart he had stopped to listen to becomes so faint it is easier ignored. His ego taps him on the shoulder, convinces him that he has done the right thing. So he continues to listen to his ego, his smaller self speaking louder. He plods through life, day in, day out, survives, gets on with things. He gets on with life and does his best to find short-lived moments of smiles, joy, and happiness from material things, from outside of himself. Short-lived moments that always leave him yearning for more, yearning for true inner joy and happiness, yearning for true love, yearning for love of the self, all of which he keeps running away from. He even tries to convince himself he is happy, but despite the moments of happiness here and there, his heart begs for more. His heart and soul beg for something deeper. He feels suffocated in the life he has chosen, trapped even. His inner child cries every day, wishing for, desiring, begging for more, but he is in so deep. And he is so stuck in his own fears and old ways. He doesn't have a clue how to face himself. He doesn't know how to free himself. He becomes this man with a desperate need to be free, desperately needing his own love, desperately desiring to share love with his one. He carries on in a prison life of not being true to himself. Perhaps it is because it seems easier and it is what he's used to, his comfort zone. Yet it becomes a life of endless inner pain and suffering, a life of pretense to the outside world whilst hurting inside, just because it is known territory. A life of regrets, of wondering and wishing, if only he had done things differently. He could still change things though. The power is in his hands, but his ego brings in even more fears. I went too far. What if it's too late? How could she want me after all I said and did? I am not worthy. Ongoing fearful mind games of his smaller self. So he sticks to the familiar life that seems easier, yet it lacks the beauty, truth, and true love that could have been. The truth, beauty, and true love that he so deeply desires and wishes for. He just continues on with his life that lacks fulfillment. All he has to do is awaken to his true self, awaken to love. He needs to release the monster of his own fear that he carries due to programming, conditioning, limiting beliefs, wounding, trauma, insecurities, the list goes on. He needs to find the strength and courage to awaken to his true self and to his true potential beyond the 3D matrix achievements. He needs to go through rather than run. He needs to face the parts of himself that he has been running away from for a very long time. In doing so, he will find himself. It may not be an easy road to walk, but he can do it. He just needs to be willing and ready. He has it all in his hands. It is all right there. The power is within him. All he needs to do is see this for himself. He needs to open his eyes to his own power and fight his own fears. Yet to see, he needs to be ready. Otherwise, he cannot see. No one else can make him see apart from himself. He needs to come to a point within himself of saying, enough is enough. Freedom is my birthright. True love is my birthright. Inner joy, peace, and happiness are my birthright. I deserve and need to love myself enough to change things for myself. Doing so would open him up to hearing what was once a whisper of his heart as it becomes a little louder. And that will be the beginning of him walking the most amazing and magical path of freedom and miracles that he never knew existed before. He would finally be on the path of truly loving himself, which is the basis of it all. He will be on the road to his true self, on the road to love, to joy, to abundance, to peace, to success, to fulfillment in their truest sense. He will be on the road to his true love, the love he so deeply desires. He would be on his way home, where he's truly meant to be. Rise, Divine Masculine. The time is now.